This is Nevermind I'll Ask Myself, and I'm Darcy Sky. Welcome. This is a space where we have conversations with things that we may not often just talk with. So I ran this intuition immersion this past spring, and we did this wild thing where we created a cozy spot within ourselves and we welcomed in our intuition. We got to meet it and say hello. And then each week we got to know it better. And what was amazing in the whole group of us, each person was able to meet their intuition. And it showed up in a form, and it was able to talk with them, and they were able to gain understanding, new wisdom about their life, about real challenges that were happening. And it was awesome. And these are the kinds of conversations we get to have with things that we just may not be practiced at having conversation with. So our intuition is one, but there's so many others that are possible. And I want to explore them. Right away, what comes to mind is money. That we may have a conversation as simple as going out to coffee with a good friend, as you could sit down and chat with the energy of money. What would that be like? How would that change the way that you relate with resource and security and creation and possibility? If you had a sense of like, okay, I'm going to go I'm going to go talk with money for a little bit and get a sense of, if this makes sense for me, of this next step in my life or this career path or this new business launch. Like I need to talk with money for a second and then I'll get back to you, right? Like if we developed that level of connection, relationship, and conversation, again, with things that we just haven't been practiced to, number one, think that it's a thing. When was the last time somebody invited you into a conversation with money? I mean, it sounds absurd, except it's such a good idea. And then, okay, so there's intuition, there's money. I want to talk with business. I've been a business owner 18 years, but like, who is my business? What is my business? It's grown and changed shape so many times. It's such an important part of my life. What does it look like? What is its form? What colors does it show up as? What does it want? What does it need from me? I want to talk to it and get to know it. I think sometimes we form opinions about things so quickly, it stops our ability to just be curious about it, to just talk with it, to just get to know something a little better before we rush to an opinion or a judgment. Let's really build out that part of us that is curious, that's open-eyed, that is open to the world and open to what we might create in it. And speaking of creating, I think creativity is another really cool conversation we can have. What is your creative energy? How does it like to flow? What do you notice is a supportive, sustainable, enlivening, creative energy for you? What happens when you're creatively in the flow? And how can you capture that by understanding it better? I mean, how cool are these conversations? They fill me with excitement. And the last one I want to share about is a conversation with our very own hearts, that we might be in conversation with this aspect of ourselves that is our expansion into love and connection and relationship, yet we're often kept separate or feeling like it's this vague or mysterious or unknown area. And it is incredibly mysterious, but it doesn't have to remain a stranger to us. We can get to know things and still be captivated by their mystery. And so let's explore these things together. That is what Nevermind I'll Ask Myself is all about. Let us illuminate these areas, these conversations, these relationships with these big energies in our life so that we might create with a sense of knowing who we are, what we are here for, and how we can be in direct, loving relationship with these aspects that are very powerful and also able to be deeply known.